a U-shaped window AC. This one is quiet, it's efficient, and the compressor unit is outside while the air handler is inside. Today we're going to install one. Can you hear it? Just getting some air coming right now, so it just turned on. But it is so quiet, right? So this is the Midea 8000 BTU U-shaped window AC unit. I just bought it. It was $357. So this video is not sponsored or anything, but I find these units really interesting. They're a lot like mini splits more than traditional old window ACs. You can definitely hear the difference, can't you? I mean, this is much louder. Plus it blocks half the window completely. And that reason right there, providing more window space and light, along with being much more quiet and more energy efficient, are some reasons why you might want to go for one of these units. For this job, you're going to need a measuring tape, a drill and an 1/8 inch bit, a level, scissors or a knife, a pencil, and a flathead and Phillips screwdriver. So here are all the parts we'll be working with. It's primarily plastic brackets and foam. We also have 4 types of screws, some pointed, some flat. And this is our window. It fits right in between the measurement range that this AC can fit into. Ours is 32.5 inches wide. Let's get started. Make a mark in the middle of the windowsill, half the distance of the window. Take the bracket and the left and right extension arm and slide them onto the horizontal bracket. So we want to get this whole thing as wide as our window. My window measures 32.5 inches, so I'm adjusting the brackets evenly on each side, trying to get as close to that as possible. There's a little arrow in the middle of the bracket, and we want that to line up with the mark we made on the windowsill. Open the window. If you have a screen, remove it. Now the bracket should fit inside the sill. And it just kind of sits in there with a cross brace on the outside, which is leaning onto the wall through the supports. Next, we're bringing out the bracket sealing foam and separating pieces. So remove the bracket from the window and then turn it upside down, stick these underneath on the horizontal bracket with the extension arm. This is to give it a little padding. Now, let's focus on getting this level. Let's take a look at the position of the brackets here. So you can see there are a lot of holes. If you wanted to move the brackets outwards, then you simply remove the little metal pin and the cotter pin and secure it to whatever hole you need. And it can depend on your wall, like what angle you want those brackets in order to get a good fit. Turns out the closest one in is the best for my situation. And we have the feet which are touching the wall. On the level, what we're looking for is a quarter bubble. You want it to lean just slightly towards the outside so that any rain or water will move in that direction. So to accomplish that, we're unscrewing the screws under the bracket sealing foam. And then you can move those brackets in a little bit to get the desired level. That's perfect right there. And now we can screw it in place. So here you can see the AC, how there are 2 sections with a hole in the middle. Now to secure the bracket, we're drilling into the window frame and secure it with 1-inch screws. Before putting the unit in the window, we're unscrewing the screw in the middle section on the sides. And make sure you keep track of the screws, you'll need them later. It is much easier to do this step now, before you put the unit in the window. This enables you to move the anti-tip brackets. There are 2, 1 in each direction. Now put the unit in the window and make sure you fit it into the little grooves underneath. And you just look and you can see how it fits in there. Close the window in the middle groove as far down as it goes. Next, we're bringing out the open window brackets and the pointed 1/2 inch and 1-inch screws, securing it to the main unit and to the long flat sill bracket, 1 on each side. Okay, so we still have a gap on the sides, so let's measure that distance and cut the thick foam pieces in those sizes. This is the side arm foam that has the little lip. You can cut this with a knife or with scissors. Then we're putting some of the window sealing foam on the bottom of that piece, going up on the sides a bit. Okay, so simply slide it into the space there with the lip towards us. And ideally, we want a tight fit. Repeat on the other side. Now, with these units in place, we can move the anti-tip bracket over all the way into the window track opening to secure it further. Do this on both sides, then secure with the screws you previously unscrewed and kept safe. You can also extend the integrated window locks, which are located inside the U-channel, to further secure the unit, and it locks it in place. In addition, we're securing the window sash lock, which is a little bracket, to the window frame using one of the 1/2-inch screws. Although if you choose to do this, you won't be able to open the window, which is fine by me. However, if you wanted to be able to open the window even when the AC is installed, that is an option, which is kind of cool. So if you're concerned about the unit falling out of the window, at this point we have secured it in 3 ways, with the anti-tip bracket, the integrated window locks, and the window sash bracket. I think it will stay in place. Now you want to secure any air gaps. We're using the foam seal in the space between the upper and lower sashes. We're also using the window sealing foam on the gap between the window and the blocks. And anywhere there's an air hole, light peeping through, you can just add some more foam. These units use much less power than traditional ACs because they can ramp the compressor down like a mini split. From the tests we've been doing, a unit will draw as little as 250 to 450 watts, and since they're smart, sometimes the draw will go down to 0 watts depending on the temperature and the cycles. My other window AC produces about 61 decibels in terms of noise, and this one is about 10 decibels less, which doesn't sound like much, but it's a log scale, so it is dramatic. I mean, you don't really hear it at all. So why are we adding this? Well, we actually have AC in our house, but there's a couple of reasons why we wanted to add a few of these in our bedrooms. So first, we can create zones. That way we don't have to, cool our entire house. We can have, the bedrooms cooler. If one person likes it to be cooler than the other, you're able to do that. The other thing is emergency preparedness. So want to be prepared if the power goes and it's really hot outside. We have a house generator, but when that goes on, the house AC system doesn't work. So I want to be able to, instead of using the house generator, use our battery system that we are working on, and then we would be able to utilize these units through that battery backup system because they use less power. So that way, even in a really hot 1 week loss of power, we could still stay safe and comfortable. I mean, right now it's like 95 degrees out here. We live in Virginia and it is really hot, so being able to stay cool is kind of important. So in general, I really like this unit. I like how it doesn't block too much of the window, and also the fact that it is so efficient and so quiet. I'll put a link in the description to this particular model that we bought. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I'll see you soon.